from Travis McCoy and Bruno Mars there, and we're very happy to have with us now a site manager, the guy who's actually putting it all together for the festival. And this is Malcolm McInnes. Nice to have you with us.
Nice to be here.
From Bonnie, Scotland. But you've not lived in Scotland for a long time, have you? You've been over here. Come close to the microphone.
Yeah, I've been out for 20 years since I was in Scotland. 25 years.
Yeah.
This show's available with simultaneous translation, I believe.
Subtitles, yeah. What got you into doing all this kind of site management and construction for events?
It's like a lot of things in this business. You end up doing it by misadventure more than anything. I got into it about 30 years ago back in Scotland doing backstage at pantomimes, believe it or not, in a place called Forfar. And since then you go from one. I found that I actually enjoyed it, and you go from one thing to another, get more and more experience, and you arrive at a point where you find there's something you really enjoy doing. Yeah. Which in my case is doing big open air outdoor concert sites. Right.
And so how long have you been doing this?
I've been in the business 30 years. I've been specifically outdoor sites for the last 10 years, all over different parts of the world. And
I know you've worked a fair bit in the Middle East.
Yeah, I do a lot because there's no venues. There are no custom-built venues in the Middle East, so every single concert that's there, and it's becoming a bigger and bigger concert business there over the last 5-6 years. Yeah. You have to literally build the venue before you do the show. Yeah. And that is really bizarre because the show lasts for 2 hours, and yet you spend 2 weeks building everything. Or you go into literally an empty field.
People just don't realise, do they? Just turn on the show and it's just all there. They take it for granted.
That's it. I often think this is, they always say about the music business that it's all about, the glamour of it all. For me, the glamour generally tends to be, muddy fields and making sure there's enough toilet paper.
But there must be a degree of satisfaction. If you see an audience going away having had a great experience, and you've contributed big time to that experience, it must give you a sense of satisfaction.
It is. I think one of the main effects of it tends to be a case, and it's the same with this as it is for every outdoor site. You spend months, and sometimes, as in this case, years in the planning. You run right into the event. The event's over before you even stop, and then you start taking it all down again. But it's a great feeling.
Okay, so let's go to the beginning. How do you start? When you're just told, okay, this is the event, this is what's going to happen. There's going to be 2 stages, all of these bands and their world-class acts. Yeah. So they're going to want world-class facilities. So where do you start?
Well, this is a fairly unique project because I've lived in this country for quite a few years. Me and Bob have known each other for about a dozen years. We did another festival in Bangkok about 5-6 years ago, and we've always wanted to do a proper international standard festival. The biggest obstacle to that is finding an investor, a promoter who's actually prepared to invest to do it properly. Yeah. So that's really what a world-class standard means.
Someone with a foresight, really.
Exactly. To actually see what we want to achieve, but also who's got the integrity to invest, pay for that, to achieve it. So in this case, basically, we've been talking about this and looking at the site for about 2 years now. Yeah. We got to a point about a year ago where we had the green light and there was a commitment to do it. At that point, we walked onto the site and it was literally jungle. All it was completely virgin jungle, basically. Yeah. And what you have to do is you go in, and it's only really. I surprise myself sometimes because you walk in and you look at an empty space and it sort of comes to you the best way, not immediately, over a number of visits.
Just experience, I suppose. Yeah.
The best way to lay it out. We worked together, also myself with Bob and also the Kun Suachai, to come up with where's the best way to put things. Right. And then it's sort of a work in progress right from that point right up until the event. Things are changing all the time to get it just right.
And now what about all the bands? They have these like riders, don't they? Some bands want this, some bands want that, So you've got to sort of pander to their needs in a way.
Well, luckily in this job, Bob gets to have all the pleasure of doing that. And also my colleague, we've got a really amazing festival operations director called Chili, who with support from Suachai, his business partner Dennis, and all of that side of it. Thankfully for this event, I don't have to deal with, but sometimes that's a full-time job in itself. taking all the brown M&Ms out of the chocolate box.
Well, that's the famous one.
Supplying underpants for the lead singer, you know. Never ending.
Now, what's been the most challenging part of putting this festival on?
Well, for me, when I first looked at the site, and also from my experience in doing other events in this country, when I looked at it, I just thought the challenge of turning an unprepared piece of ground with all of the groundwork that needs to be done to achieve that is a massive undertaking.
Yeah.
The ground, I mean, when we walked into this, the ground wasn't level. It all has to be graded and level.
Yeah.
Ground surfaces have to be flattened. We have to put in drainage. We have to put in lighting, fencing. So when I looked at it, I thought, this is Thailand. You know, how is this going to work?
Yeah.
We've had absolutely. I'm not very easily impressed after all these years.
Yeah.
But the Silver Lakes management have done an amazing job just supporting us. Yeah. And everything we want. It's not like you say it and then you've got to wait 3 days or a week.
Well, that's amazing.
It's like that. But then you turn around and they're doing it.
Yeah.
And that's when you see the site, when you come to the festival, and you see, it's a really nice site, but you don't see it when you first arrive. You drive in,
right,
and it's in a bowl, and it's such an impressive site, and you can really see the work that's been done to achieve that.
And as I was talking to Bob earlier on, I mean, the idea is that this is a springboard to go bigger.
Yes.
In the future, and really that's what you're looking for. And so now, once you've got the site, that's going to make things a lot easier next year, isn't it?
Well, absolutely. One of the really wonderful things about this site, and I've done a lot of sites around this region, and this site, and I think it's sort of a bit of serendipity, really, that every piece of land is in the right place in relation to the layout, the way it should be from the moment you arrive.
Yeah.
The car park piece of land's in the right place.
Yeah.
You then come into the site, the toilet areas, everything. We've had the land to be able to develop everything in the ideal location to make it convenient to the public. And there's other areas in future that we plan to develop when it becomes a bigger event for camping and for potentially extra stages and things like that. So.
Wonderful stuff. Thanks, Malcolm, and stick around because we're going to have a chat to you and Bob again in a moment or two. Here on 96 FM, it's a wonderful world, and what a wonderful world this would be. Sam Cooke. Here we go. World-class music there from Adele and Rolling in the Deep, and world-class music we're going to be having at Silver Lake on Saturday, and it's only a few days away now, isn't it? I think we've talked about the toilets and the toilet facilities, and that's going to be A1 first class. Bob, can you tell us about the food and drink that's going to be on offer there? Because that's a big part of going to a festival. Just coming to the mic.
Well, we've got plenty of beer, of course. Yes, we've got Silver Lake wines, for those who love wine, and we got for food stalls. We've got more than 20 food stalls, from noodles, Thai food, international cuisines, range from like finger food to like proper main course and all that. It's going to be fantastic for those who love to eat.
Wonderful stuff, because it's all part of the experience. Are you doing T-shirts and stuff, like Silver Lake T-shirts?
You know, we have this, we've got this band merchandise coming, but for our festival T-shirts, there are 3 colors, okay? Yeah. All each at 500 baht, and you're going to see the look of it. You can't miss it. You have to grab one. Only limited number as well.
Okay. Oh, good. I want to get myself in there quick then with it. Now, Malcolm, after you've finished it all, you've got to take it all down again, haven't you?
Yeah.
How long will that take?
Well, the good thing is with
this,
the good thing is with this, we don't, for a change, have to take it all down.
Right.
Because of the commitment from Silver Lake and Khun Suruchai for this to be an annual event, which is another history-making thing about this. The good thing is that all of the work we've done in the infrastructure, the fencing, the electrics, the plumbing, all of that will, and the gravel and the groundwork, all of that will actually remain.
Right.
So that's a permanent thing.
Yeah.
It just means we have to take out all the rental equipment, the dressing rooms, the toilets, and all that stuff.
That's kind of standard fare, isn't it? Really.
It's always a part of the job I really don't like. It's a bit of an anticlimax after the main event.
Yeah.
But the good thing is with this, it's not like a one-off concert.
No.
We know that we're looking forward to next year and future years, so it's not quite that.
Well, let's hope everybody supports it, comes on and has a great time and makes it a real... I think that's the most important thing. It's not even just numbers and stuff like that. It's all about the atmosphere, isn't it? And about the vibe that it creates. Yeah?
just have to come out, be part of a history. You're making history here. You don't want to
Absolutely.
miss it. Okay, it's
Like,
like Woodstock for us.
like we said, first there was Woodstock, wasn't it? And then there was Glastonbury. Glastonbury's been such a success over the years, And wouldn't it be fantastic to have that kind of
That's
success?
the idea. We want to put this event on a world map event. Okay, every year people know that by the end of January you have the Silver Lake Music Festival in this part of the world, and it's out there, so people are going to travel, across the seas and come see this gig. So you can really see it happening.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss this.
It's great for tourism.
Everything is all coming up together. We've got full support from PAT and all that, so it's brilliant.
The other thing is, putting on a world-class event like this to this standard just shows the rest of the world how Thailand has progressed, really.
Well, no, I mean, from having worked in a lot of music festivals and other places, people are going to be blown away by this. Because when you see this site, you've never seen an event done to this standard in this country. The production companies like JSS and Lightsource have been capable of this for years, but they've never really had the true opportunity to show it on an international level, because we needed somebody who's had the same driving commitment to provide the investment in the facilities. And it's great, having Chang Export be involved as well. To have that same commitment to make it all possible. But really, people should come and see this.
There's some big sponsors on board, and once again, I'm going to just compliment you on the sound, because I know that the sound's going to be great. That's the thing, because every time I've ever been to anything, Jack Sound has been there. It has been absolutely A1. I mean, the Katara concert, I enjoyed it so much more because it was like just listening to a giant hi-fi.
Thank you indeed. Thank you. We are sound people, from the top level to the ground level. It's all about sound.
Fantastic. Well, we wish you all the best with it. I know we're going to be talking about it for the rest of the week, and we've got bands, maybe one or two of the acts coming in onto the show this week as well, and we're looking forward to that.
Thank you.
So let's have a listen to one of those acts again right now.
Media People Radio presents Artist of the Week.
It's Artist of the Week, and we've got two today, so I'm going to feature now an act which I don't really know too much about, but a lot of people will know if you're Thai. And as you were saying earlier, he's going to be rocking the stage a bit later on Saturday night. Let's have a listen to Joey Boy. This is fun. Thanks, Bob. Thanks, Malcolm.
Thank you.